So the San Francisco Pride Parade is losing sponsorship and losing money. And that's good news. Today on the Insanity Report, we're going to talk about something good. A couple of good news stories. At least good for us. You know, good for people who live in reality. And that's where we're headed, right? We're headed back to reality. Thank God, right? So today is Thursday. It's the 20th of March, 2025, and it's now 4 p.m. in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And like I said, we're going to talk about the San Francisco Pride Parade losing big sponsors like Comcast and Anheuser-Busch. Well, Anheuser-Busch I get, you know what I mean? I get Anheuser-Busch because, look, they own Bud Light. At least I'm pretty sure they own Bud Light. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they own Bud Light. And they got raked over the coals, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And now, the Dana White and his group is fucking sponsoring Bud Light and or taking Bud Light on as a sponsor. So yeah, there's no chance that they're going back to the trans insanity, the trans craziness. See, because the Pride parades are also not what they used to be, right? And we know that from all the gay people that are complaining and all the lesbians that are complaining about this trans insanity taking over basically their thing. You know what I'm saying? They stole the fucking rainbow from them, and they, you know, let's be honest, the gays stole it from the Christians, but the gays had it. The Christians were like, cool, you can have it. You know what I mean? And now the trans stole it, right? The trans stole. They also stole the Pride Parade. It's no longer a celebration of freedom for gay people, right? It's now a bunch of old weirdos wagging their dicks in little kids' faces. Trans craziness out there. You know, men with fake tits and a dick. You know what I mean? Running around. And then they're not even like trying to look good. They're like fat fucking, you know, old balls. Ugh. And they're running around as if they're like the Queen of Sheba and shit. That shit's crazy. Nobody wants to fuck with that. Nobody wants that parade going down their street. When it was just the regular gay people going, yeah, we're going to celebrate our freedom from oppression. Cool, man. Everybody was cool with it. It was like, yeah, okay, cool. Get married, be gay. You know, gay people are funny as hell. So, you know, it's cool now. But the trans insanity has taken that shit over. And even the gay people are tripped out about it, right? And it's hurt them. It's hurt their shit. And that's too bad. So the trans thing has got to go, right? The trans thing has got to go. And I don't mean like trans people have to die. No. If somebody is actually trans, and the actually trans people are few and far between, people. We all know that. The statistics don't lie. You know, the fact that half of high school boys are now fucking claiming to be girls and being trans, that's obviously a fad. It's obviously the popular thing. I'm pretty sure that's going to start getting drawn back as well. That shit's going to disappear, right? And the only trans people left are going to be the real trans people, right? And the real trans people who have an actual mental disorder and actually feel like they were born in the wrong body, they can do the thing when they're 18 and get surgery and do all their shit. They can do that. But we're not going to pay for it as taxpayers. We're not going to be forced to call that person a woman if they're a man. We're not going to be, it's just going to be that like it was before the trans insanity started, before wokeism started, right? Because the woke shit is taking a back seat now. Right? And you see it all over the place. Bud Light got clobbered for their stupid bullshit with Dylan Mulvaney. Right? People just said, fuck you, we're not doing it. It's the only place they had power. The reason why people are backing out, and the San Francisco Pride Parade said, you know, they said, well, you know, we're assuming that other people will step up. I don't think so. See, they're supposed to raise $2.3 million for this fucking parade. Right? And they've only raised $1 million. They need another $1.3 million. And the reason why they've only raised $1 million is because their major sponsors are bailing, right? And Anheuser-Busch, they could have prepared for that exit already, right, when the Bud Light thing was going on. They could have known when Dana White, went in with Bud Light. They could have known that was the end of that shit, right? And it's the end. It's the end of DEI, and at least in America, right? In America, the voters have come to common sense, like Trump said. we're the party of common sense now. I'm the president of common sense. And that's where we want to be back at. Enough people in America have realized, whoa, we're living an upside fucking down world here, right? We're done. Right now in Europe here where I live, we're not that far yet, right? It's going to take a while. But even what's going on in America right now is affecting Europe. More people are waking up and going, hey, wait a fucking minute. This shit was crazy. I'm not playing this shit no more. That's it, right? That's it. So it's not only going to be the big sponsors that are going to start backing out of all this shit. You know what I mean? It's going to be the schools are going to start backing off it. The teenagers that think it's cool are going to start not to think it's cool because it's going to start going away. And it's going exactly where we want it to go. None of us actually ever wanted this shit. This whole trans ideology, wokeness, all that shit was never a voluntary thing. It was a antagonistic force that was pushed on people that were unable to defend themselves from it. There's a lot of weak-minded, weak-kneed people. A lot of people that are totally anti-risk, right? They will let themselves get walked over. They will let their kids get walked over. They won't do anything to protect their family if it means it's going to be a confrontation, a struggle. They might lose their job. They might not get the brownie points in their social circle. There's plenty of people like that, right? And in America, those people have been freed by the election of Donald Trump. Now, the trend is not so forceful anymore. Now, they know, hey, wait a minute, I don't have to put up with this shit. I don't have to call fucking what's-his-name McBride in Congress a woman. No. But when the Democrats were in charge and the woke had the power in America, then they were forcing people, like in Congress, to call this dude a woman. That's crazy. They let Rachel Levine, a man in a dress, act like the health secretary of America. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what the position's name is, but he had something to do with health. And he was a fucking transgender dude with mental problems and promoting the sexual fucking transition of kids. And that guy was in charge, had a leading position in power. Of course, people that are pussy, that don't have a spine, and there's a lot of them, of course they're going to go along with this craziness because they're afraid of the repercussions. It's just like the people that are afraid to say what they want to say. They're afraid to express their opinion, especially here in Europe, because, well, they're worried about getting censored, they're worried about getting sued by the government, they're worried about having to pay a fine. In England, they're worried about getting gulag because of it. You know what I'm saying? So the intimidation tactic works when it's people that have the power to fuck your life up doing it. But now, those people in America are getting exited, deleted. You're done. You're fired. That's it. No DEI. No bullshit. None of that shit. No CRT. No trans ideology in schools. It's done. It's done. By decree from the president. So now people are coming out of their shell. And these activists and these wokesters actually think that the people went along with this voluntarily. No, it was pushed on them. It was pushed on them. It was never pushed on me because I would never let it be pushed on me. Fuck you. I'm never bend the knee to that kind of shit, to wokeness or transness or any, never. You know what I mean? Never. But most people aren't like that. Or not most, a lot of people aren't like that. And now in America, they've been freed. So the San Francisco Pride Parade, the only way they're ever going to get any sponsors back is if they go back to the Pride Parade of, let's say, the early 2000s or the 90s or something like that. Back when it was regular Pride Parade, gay people, lesbians celebrating their freedom, right? Freedom to be able to marry, love who they want, be who they want. You know what I mean? That's worth a celebration. I'm cool with that. And if San Francisco Pride goes back to something like that and stops with this trans craziness, right? This absolute obvious farce, and slap in the face to reality. If they don't stop that, they're not getting more sponsors. Maybe Ben and Jerry's will do it because they're woke. They like the trans dick or the trans pussy or whatever the fuck it is what it is. They like them both. They like it all trans. They love it. Get them to sponsor the shit. But it doesn't matter because that shit is going out of style. See? That's the thing. It's going out of style. right? It's no longer cool. When I was in high school, we used to pin roll our jeans at the ankles. It looked fucking ridiculous. If I look at pictures of me now with those pinned fucking jeans, it looks fucking totally retarded, right? But at that time, it was the shit. If you weren't doing it, you were a loser, right? You were a fucking loser. So everybody was doing it. It's the trans thing, and that shit is going out of style. It's gonna be over. Trans, pride, fucking whatever, it's done. It's done. Give that shit back to the original gays and lesbians and leave them the fuck alone, right? We have got to get rid of this madness, especially because it is affecting young children. There are children getting hormones to change sex. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? And when regular people who've been oppressed by this ideology and pushed into a corner by this ideology that they will adhere to, or they will be fired or socially ostracized, or maybe even put in prison if it's England, right? I mean, in England, you could probably go to jail for misgendering somebody. In Canada, probably too. You know, those people are looking at the Congress people calling McBride a man, Mr. McBride. You know, it's a guy in a dress and a wig. You know what I mean? It's a dude. And so the Congress people, the Republican Congress people, are going to call that dude a dude. And the Democrats are all going to freak out and go, oh my God, you don't have any stuff. You got to call him a woman. Fuck off. No, we're not doing it. Kiss my ass. That's it. It's done. They're not going to do it. There's no going back, right? Unless the Democrats get power again, which they're probably not if they continue to follow what isn't cool anymore. It's not cool anymore. It never was. It never was. But people were forced into it. People were forced to go along with it. And so it seemed like it was cool. It's the same with the woke shit in general. No one wants to go along with the woke shit except for the left. And the people that didn't want to go along with it, they had to go along with it or they would be excommunicated from the left, being a Democrat, from their social circle, from their jobs. Maybe they'd get a divorce over it. So people were afraid and now they're not. And that's a fantastic thing. And so it's great that San Francisco Pride is hurting for money because the shit is on its way out. It's a sign it's on its way out. It's another sign it's on its way out. You know, and that's great. So all the signs that I see of wokeness being taken out by the knees, bam, gone, done, tackled, end of story. The more things I see that prove that point, the more I'm going to come tell you guys about them. Because I think it's important for everybody to realize this shit is over with, right? It's over with. We don't have to put up with this shit. And that's great news. Guys, if you want to get all of my stuff, including the articles I write, all of my videos, all in your inbox as soon as they're published, then all you got to do is go to my Substack and subscribe there. You see it on the screen, but it's all about logic.substack.com is the site you have to go to. Subscribe for free. Or support me with $5 a month. I'd greatly appreciate it. And then you will get all my content right in your inbox as soon as it's published, including my articles. And nothing gets censored there. So all the videos are there. Nothing gets deleted. Nothing gets banned. Nothing. And all the other sites do that. So, you know, that's the best place to get all my stuff. Go there. It's all about logic.substack.com. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.